This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, it's taken more than a year, but the South Dunedin Police Station is once again open for business. Could Oamaru be the new Queenstown? Why the town's mayor is warmly inviting investment in adventure activities. And a local college pupil's dream of singing in her favourite musical is about to come true. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. A part of the community has reopened after being closed as a result of last year's devastating floods. The extreme weather event cost the city hundreds of millions of dollars and the South Dunedin community its police station. But the centre is now back in business and preparing for an official opening.
Last year's 1-in-100-year floods closed schools, cost the city millions and closed the South Dunedin Policing Centre. The police say there was significant damage to the station, so they decided to rework how the offices are laid out. Where there were once small rooms and individual offices, now sits an open-plan space. The South Dunedin Community Policing Station was reopened to the public at 11 o'clock this morning. It had been closed for more than a year following the June floods of 2015. The damage also meant a number of police teams relocated to other stations while repair work was carried out. Police have also moved the Family Harm Team, South Dunedin Neighbourhood Policing Team and the local community constable back into the station to join the Road Policing Team, who continued to work on the second floor. The simple message from the police is that South Dunedin is open for business. An official reopening ceremony will be held in the near future. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
The number of people without jobs is on the decline. Statistics New Zealand says the unemployment rate has dropped to 5.1% in the June quarter, which equates to around 1,000 more people in employment. The result is gathered through the Household Labour Force Survey and is based on the number of people who are both actively seeking and are available to work. Oamaru's popularity is on the rise. Figures commissioned by the Waitaki Council show the North Otago town is potentially the place to be. Its mayor is welcoming the findings and rolling out the red carpet to investors.
Waitaki District Council has released findings of a visitor attraction study. It looks for improvements to be made to Oamaru City. The initiative came from a post on Waitaki Mayor Gary Kirch's Facebook page, floating the idea of a zip line across the harbour.
I just put it out there without any sort of saying too much about it, and the feedback was pretty overwhelmingly positive, and so we thought, well, okay, well, we'll see where this goes.
An ex-Oamaru engineer now working on the Christchurch Adventure Park put the council in touch with Select Contracts, a Canadian firm that scouts out tourist destinations to develop.
We got in touch with them and we talked to them about the possibility of coming and looking further into the possibilities, and we negotiated a very good deal. They were keen to come and help us out, so instead of the normal $35,000 fee that such a thing would be, it was a $15,000 cost.
What began as a small idea has developed into an almost 100-page report. Potential opportunities identified by the study include themed hotels near the harbour, as well as a craft beer festival. Alongside these new ideas, Mayor Kircher hasn't given up on his zip line.
Yeah, well, that was the original proposal I put forward, and acknowledging there's some sensitivities around, we've got a Victorian harbour, there's a lot of, the environment's great the way it is, and we just keep improving it by adding bits and pieces. We don't want this to be something that we add and actually destroys what we've got, so it's got to be sympathetic with that.
Kircher says the ideas in the study are achievable, and the council is confident it can get investor backing. Jack Conroy, 39 Dunedin News.
3 cars parked on Friat Street in the Wharf area were broken into during the early hours of Monday morning. Senior Sergeant Steve Larkin of Dunedin Police says a number of vehicles were interfered with, but nothing major was taken. He says police would like to hear from anyone who might have seen people acting suspiciously in the area. Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, where you find out more about a meeting that aims to tackle the country's domestic violence issues. And we're on the streets to get your thoughts on the cost of funding high-performance athletes.
So August is our winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also, to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus, we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
Mobility Solution Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy, for the gift of independence.
Wooltech have the experience and the expertise to supply a wide range of high-quality New Zealand-made products and can manufacture customised products to meet your individual requirements. Wooltech, great people, great products, great service.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
When someone is affected by cancer, the Cancer Society is here to help. Please give generously this Stafford Day. With your help, there is hope.
Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to pearsatago.org.nz or call 4777 115.
Dunedin's got an immensely rich artistic lineage.
It's brightening a wall which would otherwise go unnoticed.
The work seems to have another life when they start to interact.
Welcome back. Fonterra's independent director John Waller will be retiring from the Fonterra board at the end of the month. Company chairman John Wilson says Waller will be reducing his workload after serving on the board since 2009. During his tenure, he chaired the company's Trading Among Farmers Due Diligence Committee and the Milk Price Panel. He was also a member of the Audit and Finance and Risk Committees. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed it out 44 points. It's now at 7,355. The Dow Jones is down 84 points. And to the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is up against the yen, but we are down against the other currencies we follow. A group of organisations attempting to tackle domestic violence issues are planning to meet later this year. Rob Thompson heads the Dunedin Coalition Against Family Violence and is one of the people behind the gathering. He joins me now. Good evening, Rob.
Kia ora.
How much of a problem is family violence here in Dunedin?
Well, the short answer is it's huge. We know that 50% of police call-outs in Dunedin are family violence related, and when there's an average of across the country it's about 41%. This suggests that it's a big problem in Dunedin. We also know that right now today there are 158 cases of family violence active in the Dunedin courts.
Wow.
So it's huge.
Now there's going to be a meeting later this year. Who's involved?
Absolutely. Well, for too long we've been asking how bad is family violence and who's to blame and is men or women worse. But we need to stop asking these questions because they are not productive. We need to start asking, well, do we want our community to be blighted by family violence? And more importantly, what am I going to do about it? It's the only way that we're going to create change. So we're organising a men's hui in Gore for the entire southern region. And we're encouraging men from all walks of life to come together to share their experiences, and actually let's do some brainstorming to decide what we're going to do within our families and within our communities to make things different.
What is the answer?
Well, the answer is taking responsibility. Somebody that you know, and every single person who's listening today, somebody that they know is suffering from family violence. They might not be aware of it, but somebody that they care about is suffering. And it will continue to be a problem until people start asking questions. They start talking to one another. They start saying, are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help? And we know that asking questions like that save people's lives. There's been a number of reports looking into family violence and talking to perpetrators and survivors. And the one thing that made a difference was somebody talked to them, said, are you okay? Can I help? And once you do that and support them, we're lucky we've got so many services and support agencies that can help people make a change, but they can't do it by themselves. They need somebody else to walk alongside them, both victims and perpetrators. It takes change. We have to believe that change is possible, and we know that many men and women have done some horrific things in the past and have turned their lives around and broken the cycles of abuse, but it takes a huge amount of courage and they need support to do so.
What do you expect to happen after the gathering then towards the end of the year? Will a set of KPIs, for example, be talked about and then monitored for?
Well, it's more at an individual level. So we're hoping to build a network of men throughout our region who are able to support each other in our anti-violence efforts. And so it's local people doing things in their community, because we know that all the services and agencies, they're stretched, they're at capacity. The only way that we can make a change is by individuals standing up and saying, what am I going to do to make things different? If I want my children to grow up and have children in a community free from violence, what do I need to do today?
Why are you targeting just men then with this gathering?
Well, really because women are much better at talking about things that matter than men. I attend a lot of hui, a lot of workshops, and most of the people there are women. And for too long, women have taken on all the burden of supporting victims and supporting people to make change. It's really time for men to step up. And there have been a series of these around the country. And I attended the one at Kaipoi last year. And there was a mixture of ex-perpetrators, victims, and people who are just sick of another child being killed, who want things to be different. And it was it was pretty tough, and people had some pretty horrific stories, but we were able to support each other and still do continue to support others to be violence free.
And are you seeing positive results from those particular huis?
Absolutely, and we know of men who have turned their lives around, and we know men who have stopped the cycle of violence. We know of men throughout the country who have made a huge difference in Gisborne, in Waikato, and on the west coast, in Queenstown. Some amazing men have done some incredible work, but we need more.
And you're working for the Dunedin Coalition Against Family Violence. What does it do in the community?
So we're a loose collection of agencies and services who are active in family violence prevention. So the agencies at the coalface, like Stopping Violence Dunedin, Women's Refuge, Shakti, but also other agencies who it's not their mahi, but it's something they come across quite a lot. So the other social services, the faith-based agencies and the governmental services. So my role is to help them sort of work together more effectively to address family violence, provide training, provide resources and support, and also develop our Families Free from Violence campaign and website, which once again encourages people to take responsibility, either getting help for themselves and their family or helping another family.
Rob Thompson, Dunedin Coalition Against Family Violence Coordinator, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, my pleasure.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, is the country spending too much money on athletes? And we'll find out what's on the cards weather-wise for Thursday.
Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer-looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call 0800 502 402.
Dunedin's got an immensely rich artistic lineage.
It's brightening a wall which would otherwise go unnoticed.
The work seems to have another life when, you know, they start to interact.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy for the gift of independence.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
We're a 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
So August is our winter sale month, up to 50% off. This winter hasn't been cold enough until now, but we have to get rid of all this stock. We've got all these jackets. Also to keep you warm and me happy, at 50% off, we've got all this knitwear. For all of August, we've got great savings on moleskins and jeans. Plus we've got all these warm shirts, look at them all, from $50.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
First in, best dressed.
When someone is affected by cancer, the Cancer Society is here to help. Please give generously this daffodil day. With your help, there is hope.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Have you grown up watching your favourite musical, dreaming of one day singing in it? Well, it's a dream that's becoming a reality for a young Columba College pupil who's taking on the lead role in one of the world's most popular shows.
Lifting the curtain on a classic. If the red curly wig or the opening number doesn't give it away, this is a production of the classic musical Annie. Columba College pupil Emily Hill has the lead role, and it's a part she's been training for over much of her young life.
Well, I always loved Annie, like, so much, and I always wanted to be Annie, and so I'd seen all the movies, and then when I got the part I started looking up some YouTube videos of schools that had done Annie.
And when asked how she thinks her Annie compares with others,
it's pretty good.
Otago Boys High School pupil Thomas Sharp has the lead male role of Warbucks. And like his leading lady, he's no slouch in the acting department.
I've always had an interest in theatre. In primary school, I would always be champing at the bit to get on stage and just be in front of a crowd. I did kids plays with Anita Cumming in this exact theatre when I was in I was probably about 11. And I've done the Otago Boys production every year that I've been at Otago Boys, and this is my first Columba show.
It's also a very familiar production for the director Gladys Hope, who has directed it before.
Yes, I have. 2 years ago I did The Wizard of Oz, and I've also directed Annie before for Musical Theatre Dunedin. Tyree Musical Society, and I've also been in Annie myself as Miss Hannigan many years ago.
This afternoon's audience of senior citizens and pupils from Carisbrook School obviously enjoyed the production. In the theatre world, there are some productions that will always be a tough ask to replicate. And you can see for yourself at the Mayfair, as the song says, tomorrow. Daryl Baser, 39, Dunedin News.
The Olympic Games in Rio are in full swing. New Zealand has so far won 3 gold medals, 6 silver and 1 bronze. But our athletes wouldn't get to the level required without high-performance training and support. So the 39 Dunedin News Word on the Street team took to the streets to see if you think the country spends too much money on high-performance sport.
Well, I would be the last person to proffer an opinion because I have no sporting history in my family at all. But for those who want to, I'm sure it's wonderful. And anyway, we all glory in the fact that somebody won a gold, whatever it might be. We always find that we won it and somebody else lost it, but we glory in the win.
I've got no idea.
I don't really have a comment about that. I just figured they got financed and funded by the European businesses and that.
I think what we're doing is fine.
Well, my sister's actually in high-performance sport, so I've kind of got a biased opinion on it. So I do think that they spend too much on sailing, but otherwise, sort of fine with it.
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Not particularly, because we excel in sports. Some sports we probably do particularly spend too much on, but
no, I think we spend about the right amount of money. I think New Zealanders get behind their athletes quite a lot, and I think it's a bit of a morale booster for a lot of people. You can see everyone cheers for New Zealand athletes, and everyone's always really proud when we do well. So I think it's about right.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. The South Dunedin Community Policing Centre has reopened a year and a month after devastating floods closed the station. Oamaru Mayor Gary Kircher says new figures commissioned by the Waitaki Council show Oamaru is potentially the place to be. And a schoolgirl's dream is coming true as she takes on one of the most significant leading roles in the musical theatre world. Well, it's time now for a look at what's happening in Thursday's Otago Daily Times. And Dave Cannon joins us. Good evening.
Hello, this is my elbow, by the way, which you've seen some.
Yes, it's been intruding on my shot.
You could be an Annie, just change the colour of the hair.
Oh, yeah.
You're into it. We've got lots of news again tomorrow, and not enough room to get it all in, which is always a good thing. Really nice story from, well, not a nice story, but a tragic story from a family in Milton, left homeless after a big fire down there today. And Milton's had a pretty bad run with fires, so finding somewhere for these people to go has been a bit of a battle, and so we've got some good coverage of that. There's some good stories coming out of Queenstown. There's been some issues with a drone up there at the airport, which wouldn't be a great idea, I wouldn't have thought. And the 5 Mile development, there's been a big court case over the soil left over from what they called Henderson's Hole apparently years ago, so we'll have a story on that. The university has, one of the professors won a big award, the Prime Minister's Supreme Award, so we've got some coverage of that. Logan Park High School pupil has developed an app which helps translate English sentences into Maori. So
that would be useful.
Very clever, very good on them. And we've got some Olympic coverage because Olympics are still going on. We're still winning gold medals. I see we won a gold in the yachting today. And the WASH is looking at old-fashioned remedies and potions that people swear by that make you feel better when you've got crook tummies or other parts of your anatomy which aren't working properly.
I did read that this morning.
Getting a bit of coverage on that and a bit more on gardening.
Okay, lovely. Good. I did a wee bit of gardening in the weekend and it felt good. Good. And it looks a lot better now. It's looked terrible this winter.
Do it on your fingernails?
Oh no, I've given them a good clean.
Oh,
yeah, no. I do have a brush for that.
Good.
Thanks, Dave. That's tomorrow's ODT. Time now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is our city view. It's taken of Lower Stewart Street. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, 12 degrees in the central city, 14 at the Gardens and 19 out on the Tyree. Well, to the situation, and an anticyclone is spreading a ridge of high pressure over the country and it's coming at us from the Tasman Sea. To the forecast for the main towns in the lower south for tomorrow, some cloud for Invercargill, Gore, Tiano and Alexandra, light winds around and highs are between 12 and 14 degrees. And some cloud as well for Queenstown, Oamaru and Wanaka, but a fine day for Twizel with a high of 12. And Dunedin tonight, remaining fine, but a bit of low cloud around, dropping to a low of 5. Tomorrow, more low clouds, some fog is possible as well. Cloud will break though during the day with nor'easters and a high of 10. And on Friday, long sunny periods with nor'easters and 13 degrees. And to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, low tide tomorrow morning is at 5 past 10. High tide follows at 20 to 4. And fishing conditions look good tomorrow afternoon, particularly at 20 past 12. And that is local news for Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.